So if you're screening for providers, you have a little bit of homework to do. Just you want to make sure that you're not wasting your money, right? And you're walking into something that's worth paying money, something that's not messy, drama, and you want to stay safe. So here are some tips that I would give you how to screen providers. Okay, so you want to start with her photos. Are they current? Do they actually look like they're the same person, or does the have a picture feel like it was taken 5 years apart? Look at the background. Is it clean, intentional, or does it look like it was a screenshot from somewhere, messy rooms behind her? Maybe like a random hotel, a lot of like stuff. Like sometimes you can look at the hotel, like the picture of the background, and it's clear that they live there and they're homeless. And I feel like that's a big red flag for many reasons. Like if you're a provider and you're living in a hotel, that means you're obviously on drugs or you're just a fucking mess and you're kind of cuckoo. Sorry. Just saying, because obviously like providers make enough money that they should be able to afford a house or like an apartment or a place to live, not a hotel. Even though I know a lot of providers do live in hotels, I'm not trying to hate on people. I'm just trying to keep you guys safe. Okay, so look at her background. Is it like, okay, so if someone does live in a hotel, then at least they should probably get a different hotel that they should do in calls, the in calls. But if they're like, that's what I'm saying. Like, look in the background. One time I saw there was this provider and she posted her pictures and she seriously had a crack pipe right next to her. It was a hot picture, but I mean, the crack pipe made it kind of not hot. I actually text messaged her. I'm like, you might want to edit your picture. Just heads up, because I'm such a nice person like that. But yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. Like, just you can tell a lot by like what's around in the picture. Okay. Also, like, what kind of phone did they take it on? Is it professionally done? Does it look like it was done from like a Metro PCS phone from the 2000s? Like, that screams druggy to me. Maybe that's your type. I don't know, but if it's not, then stay away from those types. Or like, it just providers that are professional. They should know how to edit their pictures or have them properly or professionally edited, taken. And I'm saying that you can tell a lot by the types of pictures or whatever the picture that shows up in the ad. Does it look like it's 5 years ago? Like the quality these days are not from the same quality from back in the day. So obviously you could say, okay, maybe those pictures are old. So also, are they like too good to be true? Like, do they look like they're all from cam sites or supermodels that you find online? Okay, because that is a major red flag. Okay, you want to make sure like you just be careful a little bit about that, because there are these traveling supermodel waves that we get. I'm sure you've seen it. And there'll be like suddenly 30 insanely beautiful women and they pop up in town and they all look like models. All their ads are formatted the same. Same prices, same tone, same vibe. Copy, paste 30 times. Okay. One thing I could say about these women, many times they're like some like Russian women or like beautiful like Latina women. But many of the times, those are not the same women. Yeah, they're beautiful women, but they're not the women that you see. Absolutely never are, okay? Although, if you read the reviews, all of them are going to say, yeah, that's the girl in the photo. And then you show up and they're not. So I don't know. I think I don't know how you guys get manipulated to answer like that. But you can usually tell if you read through all of the reviews. Sometimes you can tell because I've been told. So like one standout way of finding out if it's not the girl in the photos, somebody's going to say it in a very nice way because it's the only way that actually will get through. But if not, they're going to at least like give them maybe like 4 stars or 4.5 stars. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, she's perfect. Or her pictures don't do her justice. Or she's even better than in her pictures. Do you know what I mean? So they're going to say something like that, but it won't align with the rating. Okay. So you just got to read outside of the box. You got to really do your research if you don't want to waste your time and your money. Okay. You need to look, who is this person that gave that review? How did they review other people? Are there other reviews? All of the other supermodels that just came to town? Okay. Well, then that review's fake. Another way you can spot fake reviews is how many reviews did that person give? What other providers did that person review? And also, when did they sign up? Did they sign up the same day or shortly after? Or did they only, review one person and it was her? So yeah, I would say definitely be cognizant of that. Because all of these, like I've been told by so many of my clients that these women, yeah, they're all beautiful. Like I saw this model, like this famous Instagram model, and she was here and I was like, what the fuck is she doing in Sacramento? And I didn't know she was an escort. No, they were just stealing her pictures. So yeah, just be careful, because I don't even know why they don't use the real person's pictures. I don't know. It's like not like they can't blur out the face. I don't know. But unless you don't care if you're seeing the girl in the pictures, then I whatever, go spend your money on them. But yeah. Many times they will have like, somebody else that they're with in the room, and then you'll get there and then you'll have to like, somebody will be in the room like waiting in the closet or waiting in the bathroom, and then they'll be like, oh, my friend's here, you want to see her too? I don't know if you like to be put on the spot, but just be aware that those usually it says it something in the review. It will say like, oh yeah, and I saw her friend, or she had a cute dog. People give they try to be like very like sly, but they try to tell you what's up. Okay, so just read all of the reviews, damn it, because I don't understand. There's so many guys that I've read their reviews or whatever, and they're like, this lady will have like 5 good reviews, and then she'll have like 3 4 bad ones, really bad ones, where she ripped them off, she freaking just drama. And then these guys, they still see her like, hello. No, if someone says that they ripped one person off, don't think that you are not going to get ripped off, because like no one will say that about me ever, because I don't rip people off. I treat people how I would like to be treated. No one will ever write me a review and say that I disrespected them or I didn't like respect their time or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that person. It takes that type of person to do that type of thing. I would never do that to anyone, and I never have. So if you see a provider that has done that to one person, that's who she is. How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you write your ad and how you present yourself is how you present yourself and how you are going to run your business. If you don't even treat it like a business, and there's no information, and you don't see everything clear, and it doesn't look like it's been edited, like the ad for grammar and proofread, then obviously she's not thinking of this as a business. And so when providers don't think of this as a business, they don't really care if you're happy. Do you know what I mean? So they don't really care. It's not their business. So I'd say read through the ad and her guidelines and how she expects you to show up. It will tell you a lot about the provider that you're about to see. Okay. And yeah, so we just talked about reviews, the supermodel wave, like the screening process. Does she have it clear? Does it explain what she expects, or is it rushed and confusing? Do you feel like you're talking to her? Are you talking to a pimp or an answering service, or someone else entirely? Because there are these people from Nigeria, and they're constantly bombarding us providers with text messages that will try to get our logons. It will send us to a logon screen. It's fake site. It's Private Delight site. So we enter in our password, and then they take over our ad. Once they take over their ad, then they can use our phone numbers, or they change the phone number. And this has been happened to me. I used to go by Farrah Fox years ago, and I had to start over completely, like with my ad, because somebody, like someone from Nigeria, I think it was from Nigeria, I guess, I don't know, but pretty sure. Well, he took over my ad. They put up a new number, and then I got locked out. Private Delights knocked me out because you're not supposed to use the same password for your Private Delights as your email, and I did. And so they stole my email, they took over everything, and then they were asking people for deposits. They were asking people to pay $500 because like I had like 146 reviews or something and was pretty well known, and people trusted me. Well, they had screwed over like 3 people. People sent them. I don't know why you'd ever send $500 deposit. That's another thing. So like if they're asking for a deposit, do they have other ways you could screen other than just asking for a deposit? And if they are, then how much is the deposit? Because I feel like that is a big tall tale sign that maybe they're just trying to get your deposit. Okay, because when I ask for a deposit, I first off, I never just say, okay, you need to send me money right now. I give you like different ways that you can screen. So if somebody doesn't do that, then I think that is a red flag. Okay, so you got to be aware of that. Also, like how she handles herself when you're communicating with her. Yes, maybe she's short because providers are getting a lot of messages, and so we kind of try to screen through the bullshit. But I mean, is she respectful? How does she treat you? What is the energy like? Don't expect it to magically improve in person, because it probably won't. Is she telling you some story, drama, canceling last minute, emergency, chaos? Because that's going to follow chaos, and it's going to show up. The best providers treat this business like a business. They show up prepared. They're organized. They value their reputation, and they care if you are leaving as a satisfied customer, So it shows, and you would probably want to stick with providers providers that actually show up in a professional manner, because you're going to see better quality providers. Okay. Just need to make sure that you're not judging, but you're observing the whole picture, which I feel like is a given. But maybe if you're starting out in this business or just starting to hobby, then you don't know. But these are some things that I would definitely like be aware of. And I'm also going to give you some tips on how to like stay safe and not screen, but how to like pick out providers, girlfriends, women, like what to watch out for and what does that mean. So stay tuned.
Dreaming of the day that you'd finally give in to me, the way you always say that you intend to be. The sweeter your lies, the harsher my reality. No matter what you say, you still ain't here with me. Keep telling myself one more day till I break again. This will be the last time that we begin. Last time that I forgive and then allow you to suck me into this hell that I've been living in.